There we go. All right. Good morning again, everybody. Today's date is August 20th, 2024. It's 8:46 in the morning, East Coast time. Market's going to open about 45 minutes. I want to welcome everybody here. Thank you so much for being here. It's been kind of a crazy market. Overall, I think there should have been money made. If not, please reach out to us here in the room. We'll do what we can during the day. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Not at all. Please don't be. So right now, the market looks, nothing drastic going on here. It seems like we're just doing more of a continuation what we've been doing. You can see here that nothing has changed. Everything's pretty much the same. You've got price over the T-line, T-line over the trend indicator. It's the same old thing. That's bullish. I do think we're pulled a little too far away from the T-line, which means we could start to see at some point, some kind of just a little bit of a rest. But nothing says it has to be today. We could go up another day before that happens. I've seen that space get so wide you could drive a truck through it. More times than, and that would be that would be something that's kind of rare. But more times than not, we just get that little space and we pull back, little space and pull back. And you can see that all through the chart on the SPY. It's really easy to visually see, so you can check that out. So right now, I'm just kind of monitoring for a little bit of a pullback. We talked about yesterday before the close. We talked about those SPY puts, and we'll talk more about those later today. So right now, still bullish. Diamonds, still bullish. Still bullish. But again, these are just like the SPY. We might need that little bit of a rest in there. I guess the main thing is here is when we're swing trading, timing is so important. When you see a swing, let's do this, arrow. Take right here. When you see that swing, probably, there we go. When we see that bullish swing, the idea is to catch, in a perfect world, you catch all the swing, but that usually doesn't happen. So what you do is you try to catch part of that swing. So you've got to recognize where the timing is. The timing starts somewhere in this area and the timing ends somewhere in this area. So what you're trading, what you're shooting for is, maybe a little crossover up here, maybe a little cross under down here like that. Well, here we are. We just might be at that top area. So timing is very, very important. And I only want to point this out because we've been up how many days from this little consolidation right here? We've been at 1, 2, I'm going to count a gap as 3, 4, 5, 6. Today's going to be 7. 7 days up. And what are we talking here? Over 3.5% on the diamonds. We're up and we're pulled away from the T-line. So just be careful that timing. We may need to pull back, reset before we can get these good entries down here. Okay. IWM, that's still acting bullish. Price above the T-line. T-line is now back above the trend indicator. Trend indicator is green. Let's take a look at IYT. IYT, bring it on. Bring on the transports. I got to tell you, this is a good thing to have on your side for a bullish attitude in the market right here. Just an absolute, just had to make a quick note. To have the transports on your side is fabulous. Let's take a look at SMH. Yikes. SMH is on our side. So here we've got a bullish market that's trending, maybe overbought, yes, and we've got the transports on our side. We've got SMH on our side. What more do we want? What more do we want? A little bit of a pullback to set things up, so what I would like. But right now, hey, we're firing on 8 cylinders here. This is working. So what could take us down? Some bad news. I mean, that could take us down. You know, this day and age, this day and age, yeah, it seems like we're just so infatuated with numbers coming out, and that could do it. So be cautious when that happens. You know, years ago, no one cared about those numbers. It wasn't like it is now. But then years ago, you could go down a metal slide and get away with it. Nowadays, you know, everything has to be plastic. So who knows? It's the new age. It is what it is. All right, let's take a look at a few charts here. Let's take a look at, yeah, we could drink out of, somebody just sent me a note. We could drink out of water faucets too, you know, garden hoses. Hell, they can't do that anymore. Let's take a look at net. Look at net here. Look at that big candle that kicked off this net. Look at that big cup and pretty big handle right there. I think net has got some upside potential to it here. Sorry, I was running late this morning. I didn't have time to get targets on there. But take a look at net around 87, coming back up to this high right here. Let's pull this down. There we go. Look at that 91 on net. When we get through there, we'll talk about more of the upside. But net is looking fabulous right here. Gold is still looking really, really good. Gold, I meant to type in GLD here. So we'll talk about more gold stocks after the market opens and we get in the trading room this morning. But overall, gold is looking wonderful. So we'll be looking for PBOs in gold, new breakouts for entries, things like that. Check out SG here. Look at SG. Sweet green. Look how that, I mean, overall, look at that big, it's just up, right? Here, let's look at a weekly chart. Look at that weekly chart. It's just up. And now what we'll do is we'll take a look at this big pop to the upside, and look at that pullback right in here. This is a 3/8 trap. Now, let's just, I'm looking over here at the hard right edge, right? And I'm going to look and see where there's been most touches. And I'm going with that. So touch, touch, touch. I'm going to call today a touch. And then let's look over to the left. Are we on support? We could say that, yeah. So sweet green becomes a great one for the watch list. Really quick on the watch list, and somebody asked me this last night after the market closed. What's the point of the watch list? The point of the watch list is take all the stocks that you might look at or all the stocks that's in the stock market. You take the ones you like, you put them on the watch list. Just because you like it doesn't mean it's a buy right now. There are so many stocks that you don't have to rush into. Put them on the watch list. Let them set up. An example would be on the scanner. And that's where I pulled this off of pre-market here. We get this, you know, this ignition, this fire, this bang, this pop to the upside, right? And now here it is setting up in a 3/8 trap. Well, this is a chart I want to put on a watch list that I keep trimmed down, something I can manage, something I can control. So now I put this on the watch list and I'll wait to be alerted when to buy it. And for me, what I'm looking for to buy is when I start seeing this moving up, that's what I want. Or I also might like it if it starts to cross this area right here. Now, for those that don't know, I'm not overly interested in getting some cheap ass buy down here. That's to me, that's not the point of trading. We're after a swing, right? You don't have to buy it cheap. You can buy it here and get your money right in here. You can get your 10, 15, 20, 30%. And I think that's fantastic. And just trying to get an extra 2%, personally see absolutely no point in that. But there are traders that do, and that's perfectly fine. But the point of the watch list is to take charts that you really, really like, and then you're waiting for them. You're stalking them. And then you pounce on them. Boom, there they are. Let's take a look at Google here. You think Google could be running up here to the 50 period moving average, or at least try to? I'm thinking maybe yes, right? Low, high, higher low, higher high. Trend indicators turned green. T-line is just slightly under it, but you see the potential moving to that 50? If we base out at the 50, market stays relatively bullish. You see the potential of moving up here higher, and I'm going to put another line, about right there. So potentially Google could be a good trade. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, might not even be this week, but it's one on the watch list that will alert me when it starts to do something. Then I can look at it and make that decision. Here's one I'm watching, Wolf from the bottom here. I'm keeping an eye on Wolf. I like what Wolf is doing. We may have a nice little bottom forming here. I'm kind of waiting till we get over that T-line area. I'll also monitor, here I can come over here and do this, I think. I'm going to also be monitoring the 60-minute chart. See how that 60-minute chart might be trying to work here. We've rallied up once, we turned green. Here we pulled back red with a higher low, and now we're trying to turn green again. Look at that 60-minute rounded bottom setup, potential rounded bottom breakout, and that's what I'm going to be looking for on Wolf. Okay? All right. That's kind of my time here this morning. I want to say thank you to everybody being here. I absolutely appreciate it. And we'll see everybody in about a half hour when this market opens up. Okay? Thanks a lot. Let's all have a great day trading.